Guys, wake up. It's JJK Thursday today.
It is JJK
Thursday. Y'all, I'm so hyped. Are we going to witness the best episode of JJK?
I feel like we've been witnessing the best episodes of JJK.
Yeah, JJK has been doing some crazy work this season. I think the second part of JJK is going to be even better, which goes to say, but the fact that this season alone, it might be too early, but I think it's one of the best polished seasons that I've seen in an anime in a long time.
It's really good, really good.
I've been really like the direction, the action, the dialogue, the serious moments.
It's all been great. Definitely different than the other seasons of JJK.
Yeah.
So we're in season what?
3.
3? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely better than those 2 seasons for sure. And the Shibuya, that's just a lot because the Shibuya arc was heavily packed with a lot of so many different moments, I guess, so many emotional moments. So
yeah, we're gonna be experiencing some generational stuff, I'm sure, in this episode. So what do you think of this episode? Do you think Megumi's gonna pull it off and beat this guy?
I don't know. Like, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I don't know, because he did say that his domain's incomplete. So, or maybe he might have backup. Just backup, hopefully, or or maybe he can just do it.
For those of you that are new, my name is Mario.
I'm Nikki.
And we're gonna be if you want to see this in all its glory, uncut and edited on Patreon, go ahead and do so. I'll put it in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode of JJK. This is gonna be called, so this is in parts. It's called Tokyo Colony number 1, part 5.
Oh man, no time wasted. Let's go.
Here we go, bro. Whoa, hollow wicker basket.
Oh. A simple domain? So he's in his own domain?
Dang it, I can't be reading this shit, bro. Oh my god. What is that?
Oh. Oh, sir, too soon. Bro's getting shredded.
Nope. He's dead.
Let's go.
Oh my god, bro. This animation is insane.
No. Get him. Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Uh-oh, here we go. This does not look good. Oh my god.
That's the attitude. Get out of my face. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Dude.
What a fucking intro.
一般的に人間は5から 6G で失神すると言われている。2.4 トン。高い G により血液が下肢に集中し、脳が虚血状態になるのを防ぐため、進路は姿勢を低くし、
Wow.
アフリカゾウの体重は生体で3から6トン。領域による術式精度の上昇で、板章はその重さをリアルに再現しており、スターの右腓骨と小骨にはひびが入っている。
Oh, it cracked?
Yep.
両者ともに1秒後には圧殺されていてもおかしくない状況にある。
Dude, this is insane. Who's gonna break first?
Yeah, sir, you talk too much.
Trump card. Showing them dogs is crazy.
Yo.
What is it?
Oh. What was that? Who snapped?
Still in the shadow? I don't like this.
Dude, I'm nervous. Oh, he did.
間に合わなかった。そしてやはり影の中には酸素がない。浮力も効力もない。
That's wild.
ただ沈むだけ。
Dude, that's crazy. You don't need to hold it for so long.
What the hell is that? What is that? Oh no. That's supposed to happen?
No, I don't think Megumi's holding it.
俺が再現したものは与えられた命令を実行した後すぐに消滅する。沈めた車には命令を与えていない。俺を連れて上がってこいと。
He can command them?
が消えてしまったがおかげで助かった。
Dude, it's not over. Oh my god, bro, I'm stressed.
お前は強い。だが俺はもっと強い。
Sir, don't talk to him like that. Man, this fucking guy.
Oh, house?
What the hell?
木造軸組2階建てだ。30トンは下らない。
30 tons? Uh-oh.
This fucker. No.
何が起こった？
Whoa.
俺はまた影の中に落ちたのか？
Oh, he's under again.
本物の水の中だ。なぜ？
Water?
重い。俺を締めているのはあのガキか。なんて力だ。いや、違う。俺が足した車2台分の重さのせいか。
What is happening?
まずい。今度こそ落ちる。再結晶を解除しなければ。
Bro.
そうか。ここは総合体育館。体育館の下、地下1階は温水プール。
Where's Megumi?
そんだけ濡れちまえばレシートは使えないな。
Nope.
すぐに追撃せず間を置いてきた。領域で疲弊した術式を回復させたな。どうかな？
He's bluffing, bro.
君こそもう式神何も出せないんじゃない？
そうだな、もうこっから。
Hand-to-hand combat?
使ってくる式神は犬以外のどれか。どれも決め手には欠ける。使ってこい。その瞬間、緩んだお前をカウンターで仕留める。
Uh-oh. Dude, this is all or nothing.
His dress. His receipt dress, we know now.
Yeah.
That posted dress. How is he not, how does he still have volume in that dress?
That's what I'm saying, bro. This
It's
is...
soaked.
The anticipation is kind of crazy.
Let's go. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh! He had already released one.
緑剣はあの程度で動けなくなるほどヤバじゃない。
It never died.
嘘ついてなんぼ。
Holy shit.
Let's go, bro. I know I read the manga, but still.
I was like, what was that?
領域プール犬のカードはなくしたと思わせて伏せておく。
Oh, he forgot about the dog.
空間には逃げ込んだんじゃなく、
逃げたくてもヌエは人を乗せて長くは飛べない。前にそれで苦労したからな。
Dude.
Wow.
お前天元様とはどういう関係だ？天元様から聞いた死滅回遊の目的をレジーはブラフと言った。天元様が賢弱と裏でつながっていて、嘘の目的を俺たちに流した可能性も考慮すべきだが。
Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, he split his head.
こいつに俺の点を全部やれ。
OK。レジースターから41ポイントが譲渡されました。
Why did he do that?
こうした方が面白くなる予感。ただの勘だ。
Wow.
頼むぜ。そんな俺を殺したんだ。お前は運命に翻弄され、道化となって死んでくれよ。
I got chills. Oh my god. Wait, we can breathe.
I can breathe.
You can
I can breathe.
Wow. Look at this guy. He's still alive. He's still alive.
He's still going.
やったか。いや、油断する。奴はしぶとい。
Oh my gosh.
でローションまみれなんだよ。
あんかけかもよ。
うるせえ死ね。マジであんかけじゃねえか。くそマジで何なんだこいつは。5回は殺せてる手応えだ。なんでその程度で済んでる。
The little damage.
初めのキスもいつの間にか治ってやがる。
風の木様、
なんだ。
レジースター様がお亡くなりになりました。
お、どうした。
出られるか。
そうか。風呂入れよ。歯磨けよ。感じ。ポイントちょうだい。
高場の術式コメディアンは高場が受けると確信したイメージを実現させる。五条悟にも対抗できうる術式。
Wow.
高場は自身の術式のことを何も知らない。
His face.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's this girl.
So she just took off?
大人になるとわかんないことがいっぱい。
What? What's
なん
happening?
だって狼さんがやってくれるから、レミは何にも考えなくていいの。これってレミが可愛いからだよね。狼さんはいつだって、いつだって。
Oh. Whoa.
ダメだよ、めぐみ。いいの？
うるせえ。くそ姉貴。
What is that? Who is that? Is that Angel? Whoa, that was cool.
Fucking chills, bro.
ドルーブ・ラクダワラ所持ポイント91点。
Oh, here we go.
2度目の12区。和
Whoa.
国平にて単独での列島制圧を成し遂げた宿老。
Whoa. That's crazy.
You haven't seen.
所持ポイント77点。
Whoa.
プレイヤー1の呪力出力を誇る大砲。
This is what I've been waiting for, bro.
Introduction.
所持ポイント70点。
What is that?
元闘士直属暗殺部隊実月精神体隊長空を操る術式を持つ
Cool.
Oh my god.
所持ポイント54点
What the hell is that?
It's
a cockroach! Disgusting.
等級は特級登録
A special grade?
導入条件の消失まで休眠
Ew.
同盟はなく拮抗した実力と剥奪した相性による三すくみの四つどもえその一角が落ちる
Ooh. Oh,
乙骨流
let's go.
所持ポイント35点
Oh my god. Yes.
3ヶ月で特級術師へと返り咲いた五条悟
He's so cool.
現代の異能
That's our boy. Wow, that was awesome.
I've been waiting this my whole life.
My eye watered.
Did make a grown man cry.
僕一人で400点取る
Next week's episode is gonna be generational.
That was awesome.
This next episode is gonna break the internet.
I feel like every episode has been breaking.
No.
No, this one for sure.
No.
For realsies?
Yes. You think you've seen Yuta be like the coolest aura farmer? No, this is the episode. Next week.
I mean, I felt it just in that small little clip. He's so cool.
Bro, where do we even start with this fucking episode?
Well, first of all, Post-it Man finally died.
Yeah, Posted Man. R.I.P. Reggie, bro. Mr. Posted Dress over here.
Oh man. I honestly didn't even I had faith Megumi would win, obviously. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know how this guy was going to go down, especially knowing how strong he is. And we saw how strong this man was, even in Megumi's domain, which was wild.
I want to give a shout out to the people that did this video. The fight scene was it was Chef's kiss. I mean, I will say that one of the parts I dislike about this season is when Tengen is narrating. Like normally I have enough time to read and watch the fight, but the narrating in one of the peak moments just takes away from the fight. So normally I'm all like, hands down, let's read and watch, but there's so much going on in the fight that it's like, I'm like, Tengen, I'm not gonna read this while I'm watching this as well.
And it's not so much that you can't do it. It's just you want to appreciate the fight. You want to see what's going on, and also like it's not like a one-liner. Like it's like so much to read, and it's explaining how his technique works and how Megumi's technique is working against Reggie's technique and vice versa. And it's like you can't understand it and see the fight at the same time.
Yeah, it takes away. It's either you do one or the other. You can't do both simultaneously, especially when that fight is like all in, or like one of them is gonna die.
I think I paid more attention to Megumi. I paid attention more to the fight than I did the wording, but they did say that what was that the shadows that was like sucking everything in his domain.
So that is basically his domain. His domain is a shadow, and so it's kind of like an open space.
So everywhere, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's
above
everywhere.
And below.
Yeah, and so well, normally it wouldn't be above, but because it was in a gymnasium, he was able to do above and below. So I think had Reggie not had cursed energy in his feet, he would have been drowning. Kind of like in Naruto, you know how they have to use chakra to kind of walk on water. It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of the same concept here. So Reggie.
So is it kind of like a void?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Megumi has to focus on his domain to keep that, like, his domain active. And so if he doesn't focus, or in this case, if he's at capacity with what the shadows absorb, there's only so much he can do. And if too much weight is distributed in this domain, he has to release it. So essentially, that's the reason of the cars, and that's why Reggie was so intent of producing all these things,
because it was so heavy.
Yeah. At least that's my understanding. If it's not, let us know in the comments. But usually that's kind of what I gathered from this episode.
So that's his downfall too, though. Like if he can't keep his what is it called? Like if he can't anchor his feet, he's done for too.
Yeah, it's like two things. It's the weight capacity and him focusing on his domain.
Okay.
Like he has to be stationary. He was able to create clones, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Throughout the fight, because there was a few Megumis like there. And obviously we get to see the frogs, and we get to see the flying bird, the elephant. But
the one thing I didn't get, he made the basket thing right when he got sucked in, or whatever. But how were the frogs still able to get his feet, though?
Yeah, so there's two reasons. So whenever you're fighting, most domains have what's called a one-shot kill. Basically, you're in with this domain, one shot will kill you. That's like it's called a sure hit. There's two types of domains. There's one with a sure hit and one that doesn't have a sure hit.
Okay.
So in this fight, we get it explained that Megumi's is in a sure hit domain. So because of that, basically his domain was a buff. Basically, it makes him more powerful than what he is. So because of that, what he was using, the wicker basket, doesn't matter. So his Shikigami was able to pull, because he was expecting him to sure hit him.
Oh, so that's why he covered himself. He protected himself with a basket.
Right. Yeah.
Like he didn't know that he's the other kind.
Right.
Like, okay. Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
it can get complicated because there's more that goes into it. And that wicker basket we see Kusakabe do, it's basically like it's called a simple domain. Basically, it's a protection for the sure hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
What did you think of the fight at the end with Megumi?
Man, that was cool. I mean, we've seen a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and obviously, like, I really enjoyed the POV, and this is going like hand in hand with Frieren, because we've been seeing a lot of combat with Frieren as well.
Yeah.
With the demons. So seeing this fight and then seeing like the POV go back and forth, honestly, it was crazy cool. And also I'll say, watching Megumi like go apeshit in this episode gave me and reminded me like the aura of Maki. Like the way she went ham, that's the way I felt like in this episode this was him too.
Yeah.
Like they both, obviously they're from the same clan, but they both had that same like aura.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think it's so funny you mentioned Frieren, because it reminded me of that too. In Frieren season 1, where they're trying to find the bird, and Denken, he's one of the mages.
That's right.
Denken's one of the mages, and he uses up all his mana, and he sees somebody with the same bird, and he's like, you know what? I'm out of mana. Let's throw hands. Let's
He was like, fuck it.
Let's do it the old-fashioned way, hand-to-hand combat. And my favorite part in this one, the hand-to-hand combat, it reminded me a lot of that, and it reminded me a lot of like the iconic Kakashi versus Obito fight, where they're just going hand-to-hand, just going.
Oh, that's true.
Going crazy. But my favorite part, obviously, Megumi, saving up his trump card is his dog. It obviously didn't kill him. We were under the assumption, dude, I even forgot about the dog.
I think that was his purpose. I think of course, he meant to be like, okay, let's put you away for now.
Yeah.
And see what we can do with you later. So he said he was trying to lure him to the dog, right? Or to like a place where...
Yeah, the gymnasium. Basically, he lured him there. He made it seem like he was trying to run away, but he wasn't. He was just trying to finish the job, basically. And in doing so, he used his trump card, which is the dog. Caught him by surprise. He had already released it, because they were both under the assumption that they were basically just going to go hand-to-hand combat.
Like they had given everything they had.
And basically, it ended up going for the kill. And it was Megumi on top, dude.
It was so funny when he was like, oh yeah, like you don't got any more Shikigamis. Like you're done. Boy, if you knew.
Yep. He was like, got your ass.
And you know what? And also like how the dog slashed him is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a shoulder. No, homeboy went for like the whole side of the head.
Yeah.
Like completely done, gone.
Yeah. What did you think of the ending of him giving him the points? It kind of has like for me, when I heard it, it's so funny because now seeing it like animated, I'm like, dude, it felt so like almost like foreshadowing, but it felt like he's giving him the points because something's gonna happen that's gonna be crazy. So,
yeah, like he's making it seem like you're gonna die anyway. Here's the points, or something's gonna happen to you. So here's my point.
Yeah.
So was it a good deed? Really? No, but
Yeah. What about Takaba? What do you think of his? Now that they explained.
Okay, explain to me a little bit more, because I was like so focused on his face too. He was being funny.
Oh, okay, so basically anything that he finds funny becomes reality. But he bends reality, kind of, sort of,
with his amusement.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what his power is, but he can basically alter. In that fight, the guy he even says like, how is he being healed? How is he not damaged? And if he can think it, he can make it a reality, which is crazy.
It mentioned something about Gojo.
He says that I think it went along the lines that he can even rival, or what did it say? We can go back right now, but basically, like hypothetically, if he were to fight Gojo, and if he thinks that he can beat him, if he thinks he can beat him, then
capable of opposing even Gojo. Okay.
Yeah. So think of it this way. Gojo has limitless, and it basically repels everything. If he can think, and this is an assumption, if he can think, he can get through and punch him out of a comedic purpose. It
could possibly happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing he's on the good people side. Also, he is naked. We finally, everybody told us that he is. So yeah, that's interesting.
My boy popped the nut last episode. But obviously it was censored, but
that's funny. Yeah, I think he's a funny character. Definitely. He tries to be, and it's funny because he's not funny, but he tries to be funny, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah. That got explained. I like that he's in. Again, he's in our team. And obviously the guy was just like, nah, whatever, I'm out. What do you think of him? Or what do you think of Megumi almost killing this girl and then collapses, and then Angel? Like, obviously the goal is to find Angel.
Yeah.
We found her.
When that part happened, I was like, wow, like damn, maybe, obviously these are people that are trying to get these points, trying to get out of here. But then we go back to the fact that they're also human. Like, they're not bad people. They're not trying to just kill people, right? So that part kind of made me a little bit teary-eyed, because we know that Megumi is not a bad person. He's not, a killer. He's not a villain. So the fact that, he gave what would seem to be her a chance, or like didn't even bother, just says a lot about him as a person. And it's sad because obviously he doesn't want to do that, and he's just fucking tired. Like, I don't know, it didn't make me teary-eyed.
Me too. Okay, I thought it wasn't even like 2-3 minutes long, and the way that this sequence was so emotional.
Yeah.
The music, I think there was like a piano playing. I think it was so cool that we saw the shadows of Megumi, and then the dog, and then the girl in the middle. So that imagery was amazing. But you can almost feel the struggle Megumi is like. He's going really, really far.
Yeah. To
save his sister, and the person that stops him is his sister in his mind, where she's like, "Don't do it," and he's like, "Oh, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do it." But he's almost making himself kind of go crazy at this point. He lets her go. He's obviously hurt from the past fight, collapses, and all of a sudden,
from the heavens,
Angel comes.
That was a cool shot. I was like, what in the world?
I got emotional too, because of the way that this internal struggle of Megumi is just like, it's so like, not humbling, but you can see the fight internally within himself.
Sure.
But then Angel comes in and saves the day. I mean, we obviously don't know what Angel is, good, bad, but we have no idea. So the fact that she kind of appeared in front of Megumi is kind of crazy.
You can tell how tired he is in that shadow. Like he's just done. Like, you know. But again, it shows what kind of person he is as well. Like, you know, obviously the bad is not gonna overtake him, and that's what I love about this anime is that, you know, these guys are dealing with so much, and you know, Yuji too, you know, obviously blaming himself for everything that, you know, his demon did, and just they're at the end of the day, like they're young adults that are just dealing with so much shit, you know, like
yeah. I think they're 16, or I don't know how Megumi is, but I think Yuji's 16. Like they're kids.
Yeah. So it sucks that, you know, but they're remaining what seems to be still grounded at some, you know, to a certain point, and it's nice to see that, you know, that they haven't gone completely apeshit.
Yeah.
So I really like that whole sequence, and again it just shows how much, you know, how much of his humanity is still intact, and the empathy he can still, you know, have towards others. So even in the midst of, you know, having to kill and
do whatever it takes.
Yeah, do whatever it takes to get his sister.
Yeah. Now the last part, my boy Yuta.
Holy shit, that was cool.
My boy. So we hadn't seen him, we hadn't heard him in a long time. He is in this other colony, and we get the introduction of 4 different pillars. And these 4, they mentioned it in the series, they're in a stalemate. Basically, these 4 are almost maybe the same in power, but they haven't fought each other.
Okay.
So because that one pillar was struck down, who knows what's gonna happen next? But they're not chumps. Like they're wrong.
And it doesn't say that if they're ancient or if they're modern sorcerers, right?
They're so I think 3 of them are older, and one of them's a Shikigami. I'll go back and double check, but for sure the cricket is like some sort of
the cockroach.
The cockroach. What did I say?
Cricket.
Oh, okay. Cockroach.
I was like, my boy was standing with like all his little limbs, and it's so nasty.
They're all older, ancient. Yeah, they're not modern sorcerers.
They kind of had the aura of that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we saw like one of them get struck down, I was like, holy shit, like who the fuck? Like, you know, someone so strong is like striking one of these pillars down, and of course it was Yuta.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised to see him there. Because we, again, like you said, everybody kind of split up. We don't know who went where. And yeah.
I want to say this is simultaneously when everybody got separated. My boy's been doing this since the beginning. So he went to this colony, he's doing his thing, he's trying to get intel. So the timeline pretty much is accurate. We're gonna see him kind of go apeshit in this next episode, which is, I think the next episode might be in like 40 minutes. The last episode, I think that was what was rumored, is that it's gonna take a while, which they're gonna jam pack it with a lot of stuff.
And even like that, if it still doesn't feel like it's enough.
No, it's not, because it's in 2 parts. So this is part 1 of season 3, and then the next part. And I'm wondering what the cliffhanger is gonna be, but just this next episode is gonna blow everybody's minds. Like this is what we've been waiting for, and this is gonna be what the peakest part of it, because obviously there's so many, right? You have the Yuji one, you have the Maki one, now the Megumi one. No, this is
I'm so excited.
But let us know your guys' thoughts. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Let us know if this is what you were expecting. You know, Megumi on top, but the real winner here is Yuta. He is the GOAT. He's not a fraud. Megumi, I don't know. I mean, you can potentially call him a fraud, but
who?
Megumi.
Okay, my boy was struggling. Okay.
Yeah. Yuta.
A little grace from my boy Megumi this episode, but
just know the Yuta stocks are gonna go up high next episode.
Yuta, come on, he's a Gojo's student, so
I didn't cosplay him for nothing, my boy.
If we're gonna get Yuta aura, we're gonna get Gojo aura, you know. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his first student, but
he's one of his students. So.
Yeah.
we know that, you know, under Gojo's wing, look at Yuji flourishing into a little butterfly.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Next week, man. Next week's gonna be the last for both Frieren and JJK. Join us for that. It's gonna be fun. I know it's gonna be a lot of information. We're gonna have a bunch of yaps, like a big yap session, I'm sure. Just like we did with this one. So come hang out. And if you guys are interested, Discord in the description below, Patreon in the description below. And we will see you guys next week for another fun adventure of JJK. See y'all later. Love y'all.
Bye.